There are two walls, yours, filled with sunlight, bird songs, and pretty flowers. Then there's the night, where the streets are decorated with artificial lights and beautiful lights, where children roam because they have nowhere else to go. Yomawari Sensei is an autobiographical manga. It is written by Osamu Mizutani. The story follows Mizutani, a high school teacher working at a night school in Yokohama. He spends his nights seeking out vulnerable teenagers who've been cast aside by society. Kids who have been dealing with homelessness, drug addiction, self-harm, abuse, and whatnot. All the characters are based on Mizutani's actual experiences during 12 years of these night patrols. These are actual kids he met, actual conversations he had, actual lives he tried to save, and that's what makes it so tough to read. The art style matches the tone perfectly. Seiki's illustrations use gritty, detailed line work that evokes a documentary photography. In the very first chapter, we see a kid named Masashi waiting till 2 at night to get leftover food from a store for his mother. He also takes the leftovers from school with an excuse to feed the dogs. But soon, with a bad surrounding, he starts taking drugs. One night, Mizutani notices him drugged and helps him reach home. His kind words made Masashi quit drugs. Being inspired, he started working hard to do better in his life. But the past never leaves one. The gang that used to supply him drugs once beat him up and made him take drugs again. Mizutani helps him again, but it wasn't enough, as he, in drug state, met with an accident so bad, nothing left of him but ash. Not even a piece of bone could be retrieved. In this manga, not every story has a happy ending. Mizutani doesn't present himself as some savior who fixes everyone. He's portrayed as someone who does as much as he can without coming across as infallible or self-righteous. Sometimes he helps a kid turn their life around. Sometimes he fails. Sometimes he arrives too late. That's the reality to it. The manga is structured episodically. Each chapter focuses on a different encounter. Topics ranging from self-mutilation to abuse, prostitution, suicide, and drug addiction. And after each chapter, Mizutani includes essays reflecting on these experiences. In these essays, they often reveal what really happened, along with the raw feelings of the victims and their families. His words carry the weight of someone who's seen too much pain. It's almost impossible to read more than 4 to 5 chapters at one sitting due to its heavily sensitive topics. This manga forces you to acknowledge that these situations do exist, that there are kids out there right now going through these horrors, and sometimes just having someone who cares enough to walk alongside them in their darkest moments makes a difference. What I appreciate most is the honesty. There's no preaching, no simple solutions offered. The dialogue remains sparse and direct, prioritizing factual recounting over introspective flourishes. Mizutani doesn't claim to have all the answers. He just shows up, night after night, trying to reach the kids that the society has already given up on. Is it depressing? Yeah, absolutely. Will it mess you up? Probably. But it's an incredibly compelling work that proves the value of a manga as creative form. It's a reminder that behind every statistic about youth homelessness or drug abuse, there's a real person with a story, with pain, with potential. If you're looking for escapism or feel-good stories with a happy ending, look elsewhere. But if you want something that will make you think about the world differently, that will remind you of the importance of compassion, then maybe give Yomawari Sensei a chance. And if you have ever read a manga as eye-opening, honest, and real, kindly comment the name